I was raped in surgery when I was 6 years old, 38 years ago. I didn't find out until after they tried to kill me about 10 years ago. Now, the people who were supposed to kill me were not necessarily out to kill me. That's not important. What's important is that Washington be equipped with the tools to investigate instead of letting a bunch of communist homos and fucking retards pretend to for another 30 years. Yes, it really happened. You look at your own FBI, CIA, DEA, and doubt that a lot of the work that I did would have been unnecessary, but they could have wrapped this thing up. This would have been a wrap 10 years ago. You don't know what you already have. I've been crippled since I was a kid. There's no reason they would have ever been put in this position. I've been in contact with all of the above, multiple military installations. I started right into the Mossad, the Kremlin, 007. For 38 years, I've had idiots following me around Washington, trying to make up excuses why it was okay to rape me so they get to stay in charge of you. I keep saying we're not affiliated. There had to be some assertion of protection from prosecution for an excuse for you not to investigate. He fled the country along with your excuses. All the terrible, evil things the CIA has been accused of in the past. One would think they'd just be like, "Ah, auf Wiedersehen. I ain't paying for that." Last night, I told all the kids a bedtime story about how this is the price we paid for pretending we won Vietnam. America's global diplomatic posture is such that we don't really have a scenario for unilateral victory. We can't just beat everybody because we don't go to war without somebody. We have to be on somebody's side. Ah, yes, the ancient and noble people of Vietnam, but where's our Navy base? We can get a Navy base. Yes, there has to be a Navy base. You have to be able to see it. It has to definitely be the Navy's fault. Oh, do we have a secret air base somewhere? Well, don't I feel better? There's more to democracy than sitting there useless like some kind of vestigial appendage while our enemies launder our currency and smuggle little blonde kids. The situation in Israel is because Islam doesn't have a leg to stand on. So they kill hostages. And the Israelis are like, "Oh no, stop. What are you, stupid? Find everybody that's capturing and killing Israelis. Call yourself a Jew and be easily terrorized by the heathen. You can't ban waterboarding. You cannot ban the Jews from waterboarding. I don't care how the Koreans feel about it, or the Japanese, or the Vietnamese, or the Babu. I don't care if he doesn't like it. I don't care if this is pure silk Wall Street. That's how you gotta look at the ban. Central Intelligence, Langley, Navy. When they ban waterboarding, it's because this is pure silk. Where does your secrecy come from that you tell the Department of Defense that they're not allowed to give somebody an emergency sinus rinse? Waterboarding is a life-saving medical device. Freedom of the press. I got more freedom of the press in this little finger than you do your whole goddamn operation. You're not conscripting 3-year-olds into a free press, news team. Prosecute stolen valor, and you can't ban waterboarding. You got a problem with it? Not on behalf of the Christians, not on behalf of the Jews. Roe versus Wade, abortion. Who said you could speak for our women? How would you like it if I went around smuggling little blonde kids and said it was for, I work for Ketanji Brown Jackson? The Hippocratic Oath is the cornerstone of all rational diplomacy. First, do no harm, or harm is what we're doing. The rational argument for sovereignty is that that king regards his national borders as an extension of his own personal health and well-being. Being appointed for life, the Supreme Court needs to have a similar attitude. And anytime a justice's authority is misused to circumvent another, so if there's an open case on this bench and you go around them to keep it out of their hands until it's too late for them to speak to it, when they find out that you jump the line from their case to go to a different justice, you need to fry for that, my friend. It's bad enough that the legislature is like a race to the bottom. Like if you don't sign it, somebody else will. Without due process, there's no currency. You can put Caesar's face on a coin, but what makes it money is Caesar coming to get it back. You see, kids, from time to time, somebody messes with the phone company. So what we do is we first do no harm. Knock, knock. Have you seen this girl? Then we kick the door to splinters and wash his face till he learns how to sing. Blub, 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 blub. And that's where money comes from. Walmart, AOL, and the Department of Homeland Security. That's a lot of corporate responsibility overlapping in one little devil's playground there. Air Force, you sure you got everything under control?